I got to lean in.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. What's going on, Chase? Why that face?
Oh, I didn't. I had coughed while the intro was going. I was like, "Oh my god," because my mic wasn't muted. I didn't think so.
No, it was still muted, child.
Oh
They didn't
god.
hear your cough of
Oh,
despair.
it was so bad. I was like, "Go ahead." I'm sorry.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome back to welcome back to the Lean, obviously, and welcome to one of our final shows for a while. We're gonna be obviously back in the fall once maybe Salt Lake City or Potomac hits some news about that. But for now, this is our final show. I hate to say it was such sad news. But I'm
We
actually
sound sad.
I'm actually looking forward to the break of the summer. I the summer is when I really be out with
You
my
be doing your big one, baby.
in the summer is when I pop out.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
don't need to be here on a Monday because I'm usually just getting back from whatever I was doing on
Ooh,
Sunday.
it be like this.
But yeah, so we're here to talk about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I said we got Durga in the chat, we got Cheryl, we got Miss Finesse, Amanda K, MJ. Who else? April. Exactly, Miss Finesse. Let's get outside. Listen, if you know me, I like to be outside. I've been inside, on purpose for the last 2 months. But when that summer hit, it just I don't know what happens to me, child. So,
Tassels on the titties and out the door.
right. How you feeling today, Chase?
I'm okay. Thank you. I'm okay. Oh, that didn't sound like I was okay, but I'm okay. I'm good.
Are you okay?
I don't know.
Is everybody in the chat okay? If you ain't okay, let's make you okay. Hopefully, this show makes you okay. Because I'm okay. I was a little whatever before I got on here, but now I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, like Nivea. Okay, okay.
Feeling good.
All right, so as I said, this is the last part of the reunion for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So we're gonna get into it. I was not here last week, and neither was Chase. I believe last week we had Dominique, Love. Oops, I said her real name.
What did I know? What? Oh,
It's because it's saved in my phone. It's Dominique,
yes,
but Love,
oh.
Danny, and Jamie were here last week. So myself and Chase are gonna close the show out. They just couldn't be here tonight, which is fine. We've all done our due diligence this season, given our time. So we're very grateful that you guys have given us your time for this season. It's been great, but I'm actually glad it's over because Beverly Hills, it was a okay season, but just from midway point to now, it was okay. As I'm always gonna say for the longest, Salt Lake City had one of the best shows this year, and nothing has come close. Nothing. Atlanta is getting there.
So you think
But
Atlanta? Let me a little bit.
I ain't gonna. But the thing with Atlanta that I don't like is this whole Brit and Kenya thing is just kind of putting a very dark cloud over the show.
Let's move on.
It's reminding me of season was it 5 or 6 of Potomac when
the fight
thing. It's a lot. I'm kind of tired of hearing about it. So
it's
that's just me.
It's heavy.
We'll get it. It is very heavy. It is. So we'll get into Beverly Hills. If you are watching Atlanta, you're still doing your shows on Tuesdays, right?
No, Monday at 8.
Hey, Monday. On Mondays, right? Yeah. I did
Monday
a couple shows with Chase,
Monday.
and you can always find Chase for Atlanta on Mondays. And of course, some of our panelists around here. That's where I'll be when I'm watching Atlanta reviews. I go to your show, or I just ask to be on the panel because honestly, that show is actually doing really good. I'm really enjoying it. So, obviously, thank you for having me. So let's get into it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having each other.
Look at we just we bought this now. You know what I'm saying?
We are out here, child. We are out here. All right. So the continuation of this part 3 of the reunion for Beverly Hills picks up with Dorit versus Sutton, and Dorit makes this comment about Sutton kind of acting superior about the whole money comment. She said that she thinks her wallet bigger than hers, so it continues here. And she says she feels like she's trying to buy people. And Kathy's like, yeah, I don't think she tries to buy people. She's very frugal. So they like, so you calling her cheap? And I'm like, okay, maybe she is cheap, Erica. What's that to you? You broke. So hey, you ain't cheap. You ain't spending money up. You just broke.
You ain't got the money, right?
Jennifer Tilly defends Sutton. I will say Jennifer Tilly has been defending Sutton a lot. Hopefully she comes back because Sutton gonna need all the help she can get. I don't know if Tilly is gonna be able to want to provide it because if I like Tilly, but she don't have that. She don't have that, and I'm pretty sure
I would want to see it, Cortez.
Huh?
I said if she did Cortez, I wouldn't even want to see it.
Yeah, I'm not interested in seeing Tilly in that role. Like, I
Yeah.
like is I don't want them to see. I don't want to see her get activated, and I feel that the girls are going to get very irritated with that anyway because they don't like any. They want to pounce on sudden, and they want to do it without anybody standing up for her. That's what they want. So Tilly would get in the way of that. But then we skip over to another moment of a spokesperson because we talk about Garcelle making her comment about Bose, that Bose being Dorit's spokesperson at the 4th of July event at Dorit's house. And so Garcelle basically describes it as, well, when Bose came over, she didn't really ask what was going on. Like, she just came over and just was all like, in our faces telling us what we should do. And Bose was like, well, I don't think you really need an investigation. Like, if she wanted to leave, then just why did she just leave? So Sutton is just like, listen, yes, I was going to leave. And by the way, I didn't ask him to come over there. I was going to leave. I didn't ask, basically making it clear, like, I didn't make them come over to me and coddle me and things like that. So then Bose brings up the after show and says that Sutton said that she was an angry black woman. And I was kind of confused because I was like, wait, did she say that? So they rolled the tapes back, and she said that she appeared to be angry. Now, we all make assumptions here. We have Chase with the King over here sometimes, but from that moment, I don't know why she would have got angry black woman from that. Now, yes, did she say she seemed to be angry? Yes. But angry black woman to me was a stretch, in my opinion. But, whatever, that's how she feels. So then in that moment, she says, well, and Garcelle, when she said it, you didn't have my back. We supposed to be sisters. And I'm like, oh, man, y'all sisters. Like, now you want support from Garcelle in this moment? I don't think you've given her support. I mean, you are befriending her enemy from previous seasons that has showcased many microaggressions and many forms of ignorance. But hey, that's just me. I don't know. So then, they talk to, so then she suddenly says, well, listen, I didn't say you were angry. You just came in strong. And both said, well, I am strong, a strong black woman, okay, who can do bad by myself. Yes. And Keely. And because he don't love me. He ain't said it yet. But, so they stop there, and then they talk about Dorit's comment also on at the 4th of July about the alcohol comment. And Dorit is just trying to just make very light of it still in this moment, basically saying, like, questioning, how am I the reason that this narrative of you being an alcoholic is out there? And they even showcase a comment, I guess, where a Twitter, a fan or someone, a viewer says something on Twitter, and she commented facts, basically proving how she is pushing the narrative along in other ways. But she wouldn't take any accountability. She still wanted to mask it as a joke. They felt like Sutton could have maybe just have just laughed it off. It should have been okay, blah, blah, blah. Dorit tries to also defend her case by saying that Sutton mentioned in the past that she wakes up in the morning and has a cocktail. And Sutton is like, well, that was during COVID, girl. We all was drinking. We were all drinking.
Baby.
Listen, to Sutton's defense, I ain't feeling the Sutton right now. We was all drinking. We was doing all type of things doing COVID.
On Zoom drinking.
Okay. So listen, I understand, son. I get it, girl. Especially in California, because we were shut down for a long time. I mean, good God. So to close out this segment, I'll get your thoughts on this. Again, Andy says she could have laughed it off. Dorit is still going on and on. And so she's just like, well, is it me? Is it the fact that I made a joke? Can I not make a joke? I'm like, girl, you didn't really make a joke. Like, it is what it is. And so they just kind of really get nowhere. As Sutton says, when she hits, I guess Dorit says she's going to hit harder from now on. And that's where it ends. Any thoughts about anything? Bowles, Garcelle, Dorit, Sutton, anything with the barbecue? What's your thoughts?
Yeah. Do I have an echo? Okay. The way that they let Dorit play in their faces this entire reunion and dog walk them, she
did. She really did.
And it was nothing that you couldn't read back on. It was nothing that you couldn't out Trump her on. Everything that she had was alternative facts. Everything that she thought was a read wasn't really a read, because she could have easily been cleared in the category she was reading in. I just have never seen anything like that. I was so disappointed in the performances from everyone as a whole. When it comes to Jennifer Tilly, I like her, but I mean, Sutton's already a one-legged man in the ass kicking contest. Like now she lost the arm too. It's gonna be tough. We love you gotta be we love amputees, and it's not an amputee joke. I'm just saying. Oh, that's yeah. Well, okay, let me not because the girls will take that the wrong way. But do you get what I'm saying? She's bringing a knife to a gunfight. She's
Yeah.
bringing, a pew pew, and somebody's got a bazooka, and it's like you can easily take the fuel out of that other person's gun and put it in yours and eat them up. I don't understand why she allowed herself to get so cleared. She was cleared so easily. It just was
To my son.
baffling to me. Huh?
To my son. Or
Yeah.
like the being in the clear of all the
Oh,
mess.
well, like Dorit being the one clearing the girls about the
Yeah.
mess. It's like, no, I called you broke because you alluded to the fact that I was drunk yet another season, or I'm an alcoholic yet another season. So let me just cut this off right here. I may be drunk, but I'm sober enough to know I don't argue with no broke bitch. You live on the main road, and where do you live? For now, like nothing
You
would.
don't know what it's gonna be soon.
Like what? I just did not understand what I was watching. For Dorit to say that Sutton buys friends, and that was supposed to be a dig at the.
She could have bought her. She would have. She was on the market. I bet she listen for the right coin, the right bag. She about her. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But when we talking about buying people, you're mad because you couldn't buy Garcelle, so you bought your bows. And then what you did when you bought your bows, you told Florence from the Jeffersons to go up front. You gave Florence from the Jeffersons, aka Bose, permission to go up front and put them people out of who house? Yo house. Girl, check them about your house. And that's why you look crazy. So for Bose to then go ahead and say from that, when you was trying to figure out whether or not the girls was gonna stay or leave at the lady's house, to say to take Sutton saying you came at me like you were almost angry as Garcelle not sticking up for you for Sutton calling you an angry black woman. That is the race card that you guys have said that Garcelle has played for the last 5 seasons. That's the race card, baby.
That was the race card.
That's the race card.
Where's Lisa Rinna to call it out, or Erica, or anybody?
So
because
the fact
that was definitely that was to her advantage. I was like, girl, what?
And Sutton didn't say shit because she know at this point don't say shit. She said a little bit.
Well, at least she's smarter than Dorit.
Oh yeah, well please don't say. I'm not saying it was dumb.
Had that been Garcelle to Dorit, Dorit would have said, I mean, I don't understand.
Would have made an Instagram post swiping my race card. Like, girl, why don't you get Dorit? But that's the race card that we're talking about, and the people who were saying that Garcelle used it throughout these years, they only saw race. They didn't understand what a race card is. This is the race card. And then in order to neutralize the sister and make her look even worse, someone who's about womanhood and sisterhood and unity and creating space and uplifting black women, what you did after you played your race card was you went over to the black woman and played the sister card that you haven't been dealing this whole season, because there's been nothing that you've done for Garcelle or with Garcelle that has been out of sisterhood. You went and you gave her the sister card, i.e., sister, you were sitting right there, sister, my black sister. Why you didn't say nothing to her white ass, my black sister, sister? Yeah. Which is not what we were sold this season, because you sold that to us, but you didn't operate in that. So you then came for Garcelle in that one.
She said that too.
I'm talking about when she came on. I create space. I've created space for all these black women in the workplace. Where
did he say black people? Other than, well, I don't know. I ain't even gonna say no names. But what he said, black people. I was gonna be quiet.
But to me, yeah, don't say it. But I think that it was just interesting to watch those dynamics at play this reunion. And then what was the last part, really quickly?
It was just Dorit kind of playing in Sutton's face again about like how she perpetuated the narrative of her being an alcoholic and
Yeah,
stuff like
like
that. It's not really.
easily clearable, clockable stuff that Sutton didn't get her on.
Yeah.
If you
She
tired,
let
too
her
tired to fight, we too
slide.
tired to watch it.
Huh?
So if they're too tired to fight about principles and what they believe in and what they said, then we're too tired to watch it moving forward.
What I don't understand, which is so crazy to me, how did this whole reunion, and that's what baffles, how did this whole reunion turn, how did this whole season start with Kyle and Dorit getting at each other and then somehow turn into we don't really like Sutton and Garcelle at the end of the reunion? That's just crazy to me.
Yeah. And all the fans with those white hoodies, excuse me, the red hoodies that we had on last season and their pitchfork, take your choice, were like, yeah, finally. It's just like, no, that's not it. It's just you're on the wrong side of history on this one. Sorry.
Yeah. I agree though, especially with Bose. I don't know why she would, like I said, why would you think you would look for any type of sisterhood in this woman now? Again, you're also, if you truly watch the show or whatever, you wouldn't even be friends with this lady that you're friends with right now if you were looking out for your sister, because you would know the issues, the complications she's had with this woman as it relates to race. And she's actually the statement of saying that Sutton alluded to her being an angry black woman. Dorit has actually done and said exact verbiage that would basically approve of a microaggression of anything towards race. Like it's not even alluded. Dorit has done it. So it's like, yeah, no, stop it. Garcelle should have been like, she should have just been like, Bose, please stop. I would have said, just stop. Just stop right there. But yeah.
That's it. That's all.
I would have said, just stop. Put the hand up. What didn't he say? You get this from me. That's what she would have got.
And to say, for the rest of this time we here.
Exactly. So then, of course, more about Sutton. So then they talk about Sutton being her approach on situations being insensitive. And she takes this moment to call out Erica by saying, well, Erica, like I don't know why you're getting on me. Dorit and Kyle were also a bit insensitive. And Erica was like, well, yeah, but I've already cussed them out in private, so we good. And so Sutton was like, I was just asking questions. Like, where is the harm in asking questions or whatever? And so Sutton was like, girl, listen, I already apologized. And of course, while she's already said a million times to Erica that she's apologized, she's still looking for that acceptance out of Erica, which is crazy to me. But whatever, let's do she gonna do a little thing. There is a question from the fans about to Garcelle about Sutton's temperament and how she lashes out in certain moments. And Garcelle basically says, yes, we all have our limits, just like right now. I'm very pissed right now, and I'm not gonna answer any more questions. And so the set is like, this is, obviously I will say Garcelle had already checked out, but it's more used like she definitely was given like, I'm not answering my questions. Don't ask me anything else. If you do, I might get upset. Especially if she didn't want to hear it, right? So Sutton goes on and on without even trying to look Garcelle's way to maybe say, like, friend, are you okay? Like, is everything okay? She just says, I just don't know why nobody likes me in this group. This is Sutton, tone deaf, not reading the room. That's supposed to be her friend. Why does nobody like me? Still, that's all that's on Sutton's mind. So then Erica is just like, listen, I do want to be your friend, but I just basically enjoy you when you listen, not Big Sut. I don't like Big Sutton. I like when when you come to me and you don't say much. I don't like when you call me out on my ish or ask where my earrings at, or ask how did my husband roll down the hill in the snow in the summertime with pine trees.
And then they said, not the brain, Cortez, do the ankle.
Right. Yeah. I don't want you to. I don't like you asking me, was it the brain, the ankle, or was it the pinky toe? I just want you to just come in here and sit and look at me because it's expensive to be me. That's what Erica said to Sutton. Even though I'm broke. We need a part two of that song. It's expensive to be broke.
I put myself on Klarna like everybody else paying for.
And yes, Garcelle was very over Sutton in that moment. So to continue this segment, I'll pass it over to you. They give their final thoughts on Sutton and Dorit, and Dorit wants Sutton to recognize what she's done, and they just kind of come to an understanding that they're just not going to be in a space of friendship. I mean, they've come to that understanding like 3 or 4 times now. But I guess it sounds true. So, any thoughts on this about Garcelle being over it, the back and forth between Sutton and Erica, and wanting her acceptance and things like that? Anything on this?
Garcelle is well within her rights to be over it. That wasn't just 6 hours of frustration, or 6 hours of frustration. That was 6 seasons of frustration. She was done. And then the girl who I keep taking up for, who is partially responsible for me being in this mess, because I do believe that had Garcelle not been so closely aligned with Sutton and been friendly with the other ladies, but still had the mouth, they would feature her more than they did, or they would see it for her more. But because you already coming for us and you fucking with her, we don't like her, want her off the show. We don't see it for you either. You on the island with her now. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But what I think Sutton thought, maybe Sutton does buy people, buy people or whatever, like Dorit said. But while Dorit bought a Bose, Sutton thought she bought a Garcelle, and then she found out this reunion, Garcelle's not for sale. That's what I think on that. And so what I mean by that is this girl is distraught. She's checked out. She's not thinking about Sutton right now. I'm thinking about myself. Then when we go, you say, boy, these bitches really hate me. I'm Garcelle probably like.
Out of all things you say, this girl that said, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm done with this. I'm upset. You say, damn, they don't like me.
They tear my ass up.
Girl, read the room.
Read the effing room, in the words of Britt Edie.
Boy,
like, are you
Britt
well?
Minaj, Edie, aka Insurance,
aka Nasal
girl, Baddie.
But you, Sutton, are you dumb?
Gotta be.
Are you dumb? Don't nobody really care what Erica got to say about nothing, to be honest with you. And what was last?
That was it. I mean, that was it. Just more about Sutton and Dorit. Nothing really there, honestly.
Sutton and Dorit, they don't like each other. They shouldn't like each other. I'd much rather them operate in that and read each other for fifth every chance they get. And Sutton comes to the reunion not like no cabbage next time.
Andy takes a moment to ask Garcelle, earlier you said that you didn't want to eat, you were a little upset, like, what's going on with you? Like, why are you upset? And she says that she gets no grace. She is irritated with everything that's going on right now. She feels like when she gives accountability, it's not accepted. And she says that, when I came in here, nobody smiled at me and called. It's like, well, with me, we were all getting dressed, and why would we smile? This isn't a kid's party. Well, first of all, I mean, let's be clear. I get it, you to come in the reunions, but whatever. She actually gave you a compliment, Kyle. I mean, so you should have been the last person speaking. I'm just saying, she shouldn't have gave you that compliment. It ain't like you just up there looking like the best. So, nonetheless, and so she's just like, we were all getting dressed, and I don't think anybody was smiling. This isn't the Grammys. This isn't the Oscar party. Like, why would we all be smiling? So they go on break. Sutton, everybody on break, and Sutton is still. They just really don't like me. I don't know why they don't like me. And again, I'm like, read the day. Mind you, she's talking to Garcelle. Garcelle's sitting there. She's trying to keep her gloves from sticking to her dress and the couch. And all you see is they just don't like me. That's all you see. That's all you hear.
The editors really made Sutton look super annoying this reunion.
They did. Now I will say this. If this behavior is not new to me. Because if you even think about when the situation happened with Dorit, and Sutton said it's not like she had a gun to her head or something. What was it she said? Remember that?
She
said something.
I don't
about
remember that, but I do remember when she found out that Dorit got robbed, and then Dorit allegedly had a gun to her head, even though there was allegedly no guns, according to the police report. But we supposed to believe this happened allegedly. Um, Sutton's response was, "Well, my package is in India somewhere, and it's
yeah,
late."
it was something like that. So listen,
Oh
she
no, her stylist got stuck and couldn't come over some shit.
well that happened too, but she did make that comment about the gun to the head. It was something about a gun to the. It was
Oh yeah,
something
she
about
said
that.
someone had a gun to her head.
I
What
mean,
about my
even
thing?
even if you go to early this season when when Dorit was talking about how her son was on the internet reading the paper, reading the blogs, and his 9-year-old self reading everything on social media, and she says, "Well, let's all go get in the car. We gotta go. Garcelle's waiting on us. We gotta go, y'all." So listen,
Started hearing that bush. Dorit's voice is just like, yeah, yeah,
now
yeah,
that to
yeah,
me
yeah,
was
yeah.
justified because it's like,
Girl,
girl, we gotta go. My friend is waiting. I said I would do the same thing, so I
tell us
wouldn't.
on the bus.
Right. We gotta get on the bus. We got somewhere to be. Sorry, y'all. We'll talk about this on the bus.
She didn't say so. She didn't say, well, excuse me one moment. Girl, cut that girl. Y'all,
She
we gotta
said,
get on
girl,
the
all right,
bus.
well, listen, the
Girl.
bus is out of gas. We gotta go
It
to
was
the
very much like this. Girl.
car. They come back, and I'll put all these together because it wasn't really anything to me just really significant.
It wasn't.
They talk about Garcelle's body count. I thought that was whatever. Erica's comment about it peaking. She tries to clean it up. They talk about everyone's sex life, who they feel like who would get married first, next. They said Kyle. Erica talks about her and her son. First of all, I do not care about her or her son. But apparently his identity
And
is
your
now
injured son.
huh?
I said, and your injured son.
I don't care about her whole daughter.
Oh, your whole daughter.
None of that. But she talks a little bit about Tom and says that she does not want to she doesn't want to visit him until he's eventually passed. But she doesn't want a divorce. So I'm confused by this actually. She don't want to divorce him. She says that she feels like because he's old, but she doesn't want to visit, speak to him until he's passed. I'm help me. Did I miss something? Because I was confused. I was actually trying to make my asparagus and my Brussels sprouts, and I was like, huh?
She doesn't want to divorce him because she's broke.
Okay.
And that's that. And
We know that,
then
yeah.
she's gonna go see him once he's dead, so that way she won't get, he probably got a wiretap on him or something. They're gonna be talking about that time they spent them people money in Abu Dhabi. She's gonna be busted, allegedly. And
Okay.
that's what that is. I thought that was really interesting. And Trey Morbide, like, why wouldn't you go visit him since you're still married to him or whatever? Like, it
It's
doesn't make
very clear
sense.
she ain't finna divorce him because she won't whatever it's gonna come to when he's gone. So,
But don't you think they would take it if he
I hope
owes
they
those
do.
people money?
It's people that need their money back. Okay.
I'm sure he got a hell of an insurance. Oh,
Uh-oh. What?
boom.
What happened?
And that boom goes the dynamite. I was gonna say I'm sure he has a hell of an insurance policy and it just clicked.
It makes sense. I mean, when she said it, I said,
That's her way back in the Neiman Marcus.
girl, it's child. If when they get through taking everything they're taking, she gonna be in what's the Neiman Marcus? The is it? You got Saks outfit.
She gonna be right. She
Outfit.
gonna be outfit.
She gonna be in outfit. What's the other one? Nordstrom Rack. She gonna be in
She's
North.
gonna be at the rack. She gonna be at the rack. And when
there's
you're at the
nothing wrong
rack,
with those stores. Let me tell you. But I'm just
no, I
saying,
love.
that's what
Well,
she gonna
there's
be.
nothing wrong with the rack, but girls who shop at the rack also shop at TJ Maxx.
Okay,
And what I mean by that is regular
you said what?
regular girls like me.
That's what I'm saying, girl. We're gonna be in the line. We're gonna be like, Erica, girl, she done went from Chuck E. Cheese to TJ Maxx. So after that, she talks about that. She says that they asked us she believed that he's guilty. I forgot what did she say no? She said, she said that basically that's up to them. She didn't want to speak up.
She didn't answer it.
She didn't answer. Of course, she won't answer it. We didn't talk about Sutton and her mom, Reba. We talk about Sutton's acceptance of her father now and her relationship with her mom and that whole scene. Honestly, they could have put this earlier. I would have. I think they kind of moved some things around.
Like they showing it out of order to make it juicier because it was flat.
Maybe that's what it was. But this could have been sooner. I don't think this is a way to close out the show to be doing updates on Erica's family.
We
To
don't
be updates
care.
on Sudden and Reba. Like Reba, we know Reba's probably somewhere calling somebody the N-word. We know that. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm just saying, we know that.
Oh God.
Child boots, Reba boots. I mean, Erica basically said it
Yeah.
herself. She was
Still
like, we all
Magnolia.
she basically
Racist.
right. She basically said it herself, like, my grandparents is probably out there calling somebody N-word too. In so many
Incel.
words. So yeah, it is what it is. It's not what it is, but that's what the reality of it is. Let's say that. They talk about the fans comparing Reba to Big Kathy. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I leaned in to see what was gonna be said because I wanted to see what Kyle and Kathy was gonna say. They kept it real cute, but I know Kyle wanted to just explode on that couch.
And Andy didn't press it because Kathy spoke, baby. Because that ain't my mama. Now keep next question to me, sir. Now, girl, no offense, but baby, I'll wear your mama out when it comes to your mama and mine, girl. Go on.
That is funny. So yeah, after that, they speak on Teddy. Obviously, we find out we know where Teddy's how Teddy has progressed and with her stage. She's stage 4, right? 4
Yeah.
cancer. So it's progressed since then.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously, we've known for a while about it. And it sounds like everyone has reached out to her, or at least to Kyle, about it, with the exception of Dorit and Garcelle, I think, right?
Garcelle did not. Dorit said she just texted her or something like that, I think.
No, Dorit said that she said something like that, but I don't think it went through or something about her. I don't think it was a direct moment of, hey Teddy. I should have quoted what she said, but I don't think she
was
has.
trying to text Teddy 5 minutes before the reunion. And
I don't think she has.
It didn't work.
She sounded like she said she was gonna wait till the time was right to
how do you
reach
know
out.
that when somebody has stage 4
Yeah,
cancer?
the said some BS. It was something about it. Instagram. It was something. It wasn't. She ain't in the clear. Dorit and Garcelle did not at that moment, and we know that Garcelle is not either. So exactly, Sammy. Whatever the hell that meant.
She was definitely, remember the Pinocchio off of Shrek when they asked Pinocchio off of Shrek. He said, "I would say that's where it is, if indeed that is what it was when it wasn't."
Very much so that. Whatever the hell that means, Dorit. Did you do it or did you not?
Right.
What can he say? Girl, is you in or is you out? Did you do it or did you not?
Candy, trying to say, Candy, either you in or you out. But we're going to do these shows without you.
Basically, like, get to it. So any thoughts on anything? Teddy, Sutton, and Reba, Eric and her son, or Garcelle's body count? Anything about those topics?
No, just, Erica wishes, she was bouncing on an old pogo stick for quite some time and could never get anywhere near Garcelle's prime, her present, her future, her past, none of that. She could never get the same stuff that Garcelle gets. You'll never get the same. Never. You will never have the same cooch that Garcelle. You will never have it.
Well, for the main reason is that it's a different color. I'm sure.
I won't go there. Well, I won't go there.
But yep. I don't know. I ain't seen it.
You're nothing of the sort. In Tiffany Pollard's words, you're nothing of the sort.
Not what was it to my Gemma?
Erica is definitely Gemma.
All right, so then we talk about another dragging moment. Kyle and Mauricio. You said what?
A big fat see you next Tuesday. Go ahead.
Kyle and Mauricio, right? Now when they mentioned the stuff of the whole segment to show the package, what did she drop? What was that? A crystal, a dime? What was that she had in her hand? I was confused by this moment. And mind you, y'all, if y'all watch, I'm recapping based off of Peacock. So Peacock, it was extended. So it was.
I saw the Peacock version. Yeah.
Yeah. So all my recaps come from that. So keep that in mind. But she dropped something and Dorit was like, oh, Kyle. I'm like, what the hell?
What was that? I didn't understand what
It looked
it
like
was.
it was a crystal or something in her hand, I think.
Girl, she was holding on to that crystal because we talk about her dyke. Girl, girl.
It was weird. It was
She was
very
holding
weird.
on to that crystal when it was time to talk about her being elect.
Exactly. So what we find out from this scene is nothing changed. She says that nothing has changed. They talk to each other every day. The status of them have not changed. They still separated. There's no means for divorce. Basically, she wasting our time on damn TV and just trolling us for whatever reason, right? She gets emotional. You know, Kathy wants them to reconcile. Kathy's getting emotional. I've never seen Kathy get emotional. I was like, okay, girl, you better put on for your sister. Um, and there's a comment from the fans about why she thinks her divorce is different. She says F off because they don't know anything about her
I was
life.
funny to me. I'm sorry. I did laugh at that.
She's not gonna answer. She was gonna answer anyway, whether it was a good question or a bad question. She wouldn't have cared. And if she would have fumbled the damn question.
She would
Um,
drop it like
so
that
then she
crystal.
talks about, you know, she's looking to buy a home, and she almost bought a home in front of Lisa Vanderpump. And you know, Andy's like, "Oh my God, you should do it. You should do it." And Erica's like, "No, no, 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 no. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that." Mm-mm-mm. And I'm like, I would hope you will do that because I think Lisa Vanderpump will move so
She would
fast.
move.
She would literally jump ship and probably come move next to me if she found out that Kyle was near her or that close to her. I'm sure Kyle would love that, but
She'd
no.
probably buy. She'd probably buy Dorit and PK's pre-foreclosure.
Well, Dorita and them are in Encino, which is a part of the valley. It's not Beverly Hills, but it's Encino. Encino is like it's a part of the valley.
So she talking about somebody being on the main road, and she stay next door to Krista and them and Jack.
That's where she's
Girl,
supposed to have lived. I don't know if they moved.
get
They
out
haven't.
of
They ain't
here.
moved. Yeah, they should be in the same house.
Girl,
Yeah, they're
get
in the
out
same
of
house.
here with that mess.
Um. So they talk about Kyle alluding to cheating last year. They showed the clip of her saying that Mauricio, you know, basically there were some things that she felt he was being dishonest about and blah, blah, blah from last year. So why would she be acting weird and indifferent this year when she kind of already alluded to it last year? Right. And, you know, she just basically says that, you know, she has to look out for her daughters. First of all, your daughters are not kids anymore. I get it, but they're grown, damn near. If they're not grown, who's the youngest child? Is
Alexa
it
is like 16. Alexia.
okay? Alexia know what a damn lesbian is at this moment. She, you know, she knows these
Yeah, she woke up and saw her
them kids
mom.
at this rate. If you can be all online allegedly with a lesbian, it's okay. You should be okay with whatever they hear at this moment because you
Cortez.
lollygagging, thinking it's cute, getting tattoos, being in music videos as a lesbian. You should be okay.
She literally woke up and saw her mom and was like, "Yep, you got it, kid.
Yeah. So
You
I
got
don't
the
like when they
last.
use their kids as like a crutch.
You got the
Oh,
last."
Portia is the youngest. Oh, how old is she? I thought she
Who's
was
Alexia?
like
I'm sorry, Portia is the baby. She's 16. Alexia is
okay.
not. Portia is the
Portia's the one that
baby.
bought the car for, right? Recently?
Yes.
Okay,
Portia
okay.
woke up and looked at that lady and said, "You got the last." It's
Yeah, I'm
you.
sure her daughter saw all of that. So it's like, stop trying to, you don't have no damn 9 year olds. And I mean, like Doris's children, he was 9 or 10, her son. Remember, he went online and saw all the stuff and was able to comprehend it. He read
That's
the
because he
news.
messy.
Huh?
That's because her son messy.
I mean, so I mean, if he online seeing all that, you got to know Portia know that you damn near a lesbian allegedly. Kyle, stop it. You're not sheltered anymore. They talk about Mauricio. She says at one point she could see all his messages. She felt like maybe he did have somebody, you know, another little side piece or whatever. And then they talk about some stuff, I guess, like with Mauricio and PK being out. And Dorit asks Kyle, well, do you think that Mauricio would tell you if PK was out dating? Because you know, I want to know. And she says, I don't know. I don't think he would. And then they like, I think he would. They even Kathy's like, yeah, I think he would tell you. And they just go on and on and on about Kyle being a lesbian allegedly, and she goes, I honestly I tuned out. I couldn't. I didn't care to hear Kyle's response to it because I just don't. I feel like Kyle just she rambles and she always seems so uncomfortable when she's asked questions that require a truth. And in this moment, she just was kind of dancing around it to me. So I'll stop there and get any thoughts from you about Kyle and Mauricio and the Grease, the Crystal, Lisa Vanderpump moving around, the lesbianism, all these things. Anything on this, I tuned out. I couldn't anymore.
If Kyle moves across the street from Lisa Vanderpump, she's desperate. That's that. The crystal and all of that, I don't want to speak on that. I do have a feeling, but I don't want to verbalize it because, I don't know what the crystal means in symbolism of things, and I don't want to shoot myself in the foot. So I'll move forward from that. Now, when it comes to Maurice, if Kathy calling him Maurice, I'm calling him Maurice. When it comes to Maurice, of course he's been cheating on you for years at this point. Like, hello. A man doesn't just go from being married to like 3 and 4 bitches out of town on a first cheat or on a first, like, I'm solo now, I'm single, it's official, we're single or whatever, or we're operating in singleness. And then there's like 3 or 4 bitches. That's like some advanced level, like, stuff. You have to grow to that. You don't just go to that. You grow to that. So that means that he's had years of practice, allegedly, in my opinion, cheating on Kyle to build up to where we see him smooching on superstars in and out of airports and 2 girls dancing on the table in front of them, tassels on the tits. Like, that's not someone who is new to this. That is someone who is true to this. And he, if you look at what he has been with publicly that we've been allowed to see, I think that Kyle also probably feels a bit insecure. And that's unfortunate to, do that. Like, when you have been with someone and you see them with someone that is completely not your type, like, that doesn't look like you, that doesn't like give off what you're giving off, and is younger, it's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow. So I think that too. I wish Kathy was not on stage when Kyle was going to tell us all she's a lesbian, allegedly. Like, that is why she hems and haws and does not feel comfortable discussing important subjects, because even when she attempts to push past, you have Kathy, maybe Kim, but somebody's laughing, making light of the situation.
It allows her to get out of it.
Yeah, because they also don't know how to deal with what's going on. Because, yeah, it's okay for you to be gay and a lesbian and do you, but to actually hear you say it is another thing. It's official, and now I have to deal with how I feel about you scissoring. You know what I mean? So I think that Kathy stunted Kyle's growth in that moment, and it was unfortunate. I wish she would have stopped doing that and being childish, so Kyle could just come on with it, because she's never going to get any grace after how she dogged out Denise. So you might as well just come out and tell us so we can get off your back about it. Because if not, we're going to say you're a carpet muncher. I almost said something else. I had to read. I can't say that. Like, munching on carpet, girl. We know it. Allegedly. In your bootcut jeans.
In your bootcut jeans. Yeah, I like I said, I tuned out of this moment. I'm not gonna lie to you. I hate to sound disinterested, but I really was in this because I mean we went through this last year, trying to get Kyle to explain her sexuality and maybe what she wants, and she's gone from just blatantly doing it to denying it to being open to it to laughing about it to now being uncomfortable and uncomfortable and worried about the kids. She's like went through every phase, and I just don't have time. As somebody who is a part of the LGBTQ plus community, I don't have time for people like Kyle who are confused at this. Oh, mind you, I don't think she's confused. She's just trying to save face.
You're part of the community?
Oh, I'm part of the community. Boots.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know?
No.
Yeah, for a long time now. Actually, I was the president at one point.
Are you coming out? Is this your coming out story?
Child, please. If they don't know by now, but yeah, like I just feel like people like Kyle, they exist in this world. We know these type people, and I mean even like males as well. Like people like Kyle, it's frustrating because it's like no one is putting you in a corner to do anything, but you can acknowledge at that age, Kyle is like almost 70, right? She should know if she like women or not. I'm just saying. Come on. Can't hear you. You're on mute. You did something.
I
There
was
we go.
saying, what you keep hanging around for if you don't want none? That has to be so frustrating. You mean to tell me for the last 3 years, Morgan has been trying to turn you out, girl? I don't believe
Yeah,
it.
no. She making more. She thinks that she's like she wants to put it on Morgan. I feel like Morgan actually wants to be on the show and probably will be okay with it. But I think that Kyle doesn't want that part of her life. Maybe she's trying to stretch this out. I feel like she's trying to stretch all of it out so it can last longer for seasons. I mean,
Don't
next
spit it
season,
out. Just give it to us.
I
Damn.
don't want it. Don't give it to me. Please don't give it to
But
me.
she wouldn't give it to you because you're a man. Oh,
I wouldn't want it the other way either, child. Ooh.
please get. Well, how much will they come with?
What? You said what?
How much is she paying? I'll do it for a Birkin. A brand new one, fresh out of the box. I would do it,
What you gonna do with that burger?
baby. Nothing, but at least I got one.
It ain't worth it.
I go to traffic with it on Sundays in Atlanta. Me.
Okay, that you know what? You may be on something now. Not
On
traffic.
top of the
You
couch
gotta
like
get
this,
on
my Birkin. I have it in a case like Toya does, and just on the top of the couch.
I'm gonna get a Birkin. I'm gonna be like, what's her name? Shooter. Who is Shooter? Boop. That's what I'm gonna do. That's why I want a Birkin, so I can boop.
I want to hold it like this, right? So that way, when I get ready to hit you with it,
That's
it
lovely hip hop for
fall
you.
down, right? So I had it right here. Bless you. I had it right here, and I say, "Shooter, who is Shooter?" And I drop it like that, and then boom, hit you on top of the head. It's like this. Who is Shooter?
Yeah, you. Who is Shooter? Y'all gonna hear is who.
Oh. Boom.
Ooh, excuse me. Child got me over sneezing. Let me finish this show before I end up exploding. All right, so then they talk about they close the show out. They talk about any surprises from the season. Dorit says that she is so happy that she finally got her a black friend that doesn't think she's racist. I'm so grateful. She's so happy. That was Dorit's surprise that she found somebody that was a black friend.
finally hired one.
Racist. Thank God, yeah. Finally got one. Sutton is so happy that she got along with Erica, even though she did not get along with Erica because Erica called her out at the end of the season, had her crying, had her upset. I don't understand what show is Sutton on right now. I don't get it.
Did you see Garcelle's face?
Yeah, I didn't get it. And to speak about Garcelle, yes, this was very boring, Durga. But to close this out, they do a toast of those nasty ass watermelon drinks. Andy confirms that it was indeed nasty. He did not like it. So it looks like Sutton was right and justified when she said it. She wasn't just saying it because she didn't like Dorit. And they get ready to take a cast photo, and Garcelle says, "No, I'm not doing it." She walks off. Everyone's like, "Garcelle, come on, Garcelle, come on, please come back to the photo." And she's like, "No, I'm not doing it." She was like, "If that's unprofessional, I'm not doing the photo. I don't care." So she storms off. They all are like lost. It looks like they all, instead of, and you know what I will say, to me that showed a bit of impact because they were kind of distraught for a minute, and they really wanted her in that photo. And I think to me that signifies just a little bit of like how essential she was in the group, you know, at least for the cast. And it just shows how much they're losing a lot, even just by not taking this photo. I felt like, you know, it wasn't a thing, because if they truly did not care for Garcelle in some kind of way, they would have been like, all right, because me, if I don't care for somebody, all right, photo, you know how you do. Oh, she mad, photo. But they were kind of lost, and I like that they were. I'm glad that happened. So Garcelle storms out. She says, takes the mic off, and Andy tries to make a comment. It was like, but she was the one that wanted the cast photo. But if you go back to what she said she wanted a cast photo if they were able to talk through their issues. And unfortunately, they were not able to talk through the issue. At least she wasn't able to, because everything that she said was ridiculed, and she couldn't never get anything out. Everything she said was just like, even when she apologized, took accountability, it just seemed like people just wanted to just yell and scream at her for whatever reason, you know. And mind you, honestly, yes, Garcelle can be pokey in people's mess, but she has not done anything that anybody else has not done in the show, and they seem to be giving grace. And I think that is where she just was like over it, because 5 seasons, you would think she would be embedded in the group. Unfortunately, she still, like I said, for the last few episodes, in the beginning of the season, is she still feels like she's new to the group. That's just me. And so yeah, she talks in her dressing room. She says that there is no, she doesn't care about the team, get the cameras off her. She doesn't really usually do this, but she wants to be out of it. She feels like, that she's owned everything and she doesn't understand what's the problem. So on the stage, Sutton says, she just thinks, everyone's like, why did she leave? And Sutton says, she thinks it's a bit unfair. And so Erica says, what's unfair? Sutton says, I don't really know. Her unaware ass don't know. Mind you, you speaking for her, you're saying that something's unfair, but you don't even know what you don't even know. So are you trying to be supportive or are you just trying to, what are you doing, son? You look stupid. That's what you look like. Yeah. So she storms out. They take the photo. Nobody goes and checks on Garcelle. I'm not saying they have to run after her, but I do feel like, especially after last year, the way Garcelle got up and ran out the Sutton for whatever reason, if she was sick or not, Sutton didn't do the same thing. But it's not surprising because that's how Sutton's been moving this entire season. She leaves. She goes to check on her dressing room after taking the photo, and Garcelle is gone. And all she says is, well, damn, I thought we was going to have, what she said, supper or steak. And that's it. She didn't even try to call her. And that was the end of the show. What's your thoughts?
What a powerful moment it would have been if Garcelle walked off and then eventually the rest of the cast, certain members, and Andy, just a couple of the girls met her in the dressing room and reassured her in that moment. No, we all have hard times. We all get put in the hot seat, but we know how integral you are to this cast and we need you because they need her. This group needs her. If they change the group, then maybe they won't need her. But this particular group needs Garcelle in it. And this particular group is better for having Garcelle in it. For Sutton to go and lightly take up for her and then invalidate everything that she said after she spelled out why she felt the way that she felt. And for her to, yeah, I don't know where she's going.
Yeah.
If anything, Dorit, Sutton is trying to buy, once she realized Garcelle was not for sale, she's definitely trying to buy Erica. So next season, if they come back, it'll be, oh, we're getting along so great now. We had other people in the way in the past, but now it's just me and her, and we're doing great. And we're the bosom buddies, and we go drinking and laughing and grunting and go to the bar and stuff like that, and Sutton dances awkward, or Erica tries to teach her the expensive to be you, because not me, dance or something like that. Teaches her how to pat the puss, like something like that. She discarded her friend for longevity in the show, which is like she had to have known that lady was quitting because that was a CYA performance from Sutton. Cover your ass. And that's what she did, sucking up, taking those beatings like she did. So she can go ahead and try to get along with a group that whether Garcelle is around or not, eventually they're going to reveal to you they don't like you either.
Well, it's very clear, honey. I think she knows.
But it's not clicking for her.
It ain't. It ain't.
It's not clicking for her that they don't like you either. And so nobody to go out there and reassure her or redo anything or I feel like Tilly could have gone, Sutton could have gone, Erica maybe could have went, Bose maybe could have went, Dorit and Kyle need to stay where they're at and don't try to console her. Everybody's going to do it. You know what I mean? But somebody could have went back there and did it.
The only person I expect would have been Sutton, to be honest.
And Sutton did what she's done.
I would partially expect Bose, but that will be coming from a different place, and I don't expect it from her.
To make sure she's out of the door.
Well, yeah.
I'm just coming to help you pack your stuff.
Huh?
So I'm just coming to help you pack your stuff.
Girl, no, she wouldn't have, child. It was sad, but you know what? I'm glad that it looked like initially she stormed out of the reunion and didn't finish. She did finish. She finished what she had to do, and I think I don't see anything wrong with it. She basically said like, I'm done here. Like I've done everything I need to do here. I'm good.
Then let that be a lesson. Don't stay at these jobs that don't suit you. You're allowed to quit and allowed to walk in knowing that you're letting go of something that no longer serves you for something that's going to be better eventually, either right away or later on down the road, but you're leaving your worse for your better. So let that be a lesson to you. And also watch out for people like Sutton, who did at the end of the reunion what she continued to do throughout the entire reunion, which was make it about her.
Baby, every moment was about her. She even while her friend blatantly said to her, I'm not okay, I don't want to do this, I'm upset, I'm irritated. She never for one moment said, are you okay? It never, even after the first part, when Garcelle was pissed, what did she say?
Whew, they're gonna kick my ass next.
They gonna get me, girl. Right. Like it was just like, okay, so yeah,
What did
baby.
Eddie do?
Huh?
Uh, when Eddie did that face at the reunion when Stacey was like, "Well, who was he talking about?" And Eddie was like,
Oh, Eddie.
like every time
Oh,
Sutton,
when he was talking
yeah,
about
but like every time Sutton did it, I did that
Candy.
other thing. Like at the end, at the beginning she said that Garcelle said that, and she was like, "They're gonna kick my ass next." And then Garcelle says, "Nobody smiled at me, nobody made me feel welcome, nobody reassured me of my points." And then Sutton says, "They're really kicking my ass." And then at the end of the reunion, Garcelle says, "I quit," and Sutton says, "I sure am hungry." Like,
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, I threw
Done.
my shirt away, y'all. My shirt gone.
Yeah,
My
I've dissolved Big Sut LLC. Is no longer in business. And I trusted it. I'm just gonna say this. I trusted that white woman. I'm just gonna
You
say,
know, we all did, and it was a good ride. But no, I can't ride for
mm-mm.
that. I feel bad for Garcelle in a sense because I feel like, it's unfortunate when you ride for somebody and you find out they don't ride for you like that. That's always like a kick in the face. But it's okay. I mean, it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. I know we always used to brag about how we thought their relationship was authentic, and come to find out, it seemed it maybe it was
It
in a
was
sense
authentic for one person. It was a strategic alliance for another person.
that maybe so, maybe so.
That's what it's boiled down to be reduced as. I mean, we all have that one friend that is like Sutton. We all have a Sutton.
Yeah,
Girl. You know what I mean?
yeah.
We all have a Sutton, but it just seems like we have a Sutton, but they're still loyal to us at the rate that she was willing to get rid of Garcelle to go be booty lickers for Erica and let Dorit walk all over her. You know what I mean? Not stand up to Kyle, not tell the truth. She showed where she is at the end of the day. And so we don't have Suttons. I take that back. We know girls like Sutton, but we don't have them in our
I
lives.
don't have no sons, baby.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
I take that back.
If
Yeah.
I may have had a son a long time ago for a brief moment, but they gone now. I
Oh,
guarantee you that at this age they've been gone.
boo boo. Yeah, I had to take it back because I wouldn't have no friend that don't not only don't stand on business but does not conduct business.
Yeah,
Mm-mm. You can't even conduct the business, girl. Get
we
on.
don't roll like that, baby.
Yeah, at least you can conduct it, but you can't, girl. No.
So yeah, hopefully we see Garcelle. What's next for her? I mean, she had a great 5-year run. I think that's great. That's pretty good actually.
Get on,
Especially
get
for a
off.
show that's dare I say is dying. I
Yeah,
mean, it's only so long they're gonna be able to go for. They're gonna have to figure something out. I mean, every
yeah.
show runs its course,
Mm-hmm.
and Kyle can be there as long as she wants, but they don't have it. They haven't had it for a while. I'll say that. Not even like it's been a few seasons, so we'll see. I don't. It's not gonna get any better with Garcelle gone. It wasn't any better with her there, to be honest. But it was great to have her there, in my
Yeah,
opinion. So we'll just see what happens. I'm sure they'll be rebooting soon, like the
they
rest of
have
them.
to.
They're
It's
gonna
not
have
going
to.
to work at this
It's not
point.
gonna work.
I'm only willing to accept Kyle Sutton and Bowles back. I'm not
Kyle,
willing. Kyle's not going anywhere, so I accept that. I don't think she deserves to be
girl.
back. Kyle is not going anywhere.
I didn't say she was leaving. I'm like, please, but she
I
needs
don't
to
want her
though.
back.
Maybe she'll take the Candy approach and be like, I'm gone, y'all. Woo, woo.
Oh my God, I would just rejoice. Lisa Vanderpump will rejoin and Garcelle will rejoin right then.
Bring Denise back. Maybe no, never mind.
No,
We don't want Denise come back with her
Keep
chapter.
Denise on her little 30 minutes. That's cute for her.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You won't need her back because she didn't even handle that season well. I'm sorry. She could have got up in their ass too. She didn't do it. All right, we got 2 calls in the queue. There were 2 super chats I want to mention earlier.
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to get to them earlier, but Amanda K gave a super chat earlier.
Thank you.
And Bose was teaching. I think this was in reference to when she said the angry black woman thing. Do you think she? Well, you
Bose was what?
when we were talking about the when she said that Sutton was said that she was an angry black. I think this is around the same time. This was earlier. Sorry.
What does the comment say?
It says Bose was teaching.
Well, she was teaching a lesson that she's not equipped to teach. I don't. Where's the degree?
Oh,
the degree?
reach. Oh, Amanda said she meant reaching. Okay, yes.
Oh, yeah, she was definitely
She was like,
reaching. Okay. She
Okay,
was
yes,
reaching
she
for the
was
black
reaching.
card that you guys have claimed Garcelle has played over the years.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Amanda, for the super chat. And then Art World gave a super chat as well. Garcelle saved the best reading look for last. Like and subscribe. Exactly. This was the best she ever
I had
looked.
to sit through 5 years of that for that.
Yeah. Listen, Saz K and Chase used to read Garcelle for Filth from season episode 1, whenever she came on. So it's good to see she went out looking good. Next time, hopefully she don't wear them gloves. She'll be sticking to every goddamn thing like a microfiber cloth.
You thought she was trying to make sure her gloves was thick. She was trying to make sure none of them beads fell off them bitches.
Probably, but she did look great. And I'm glad she did. So
she looked good.
Thank you, Amanda and Art World, for the super chats. Two of my favorite moderators. See, we have some moderators, but they always in here telling y'all to like and subscribe. So we hope that you guys take that in consideration and do so. You all keep us in the algorithm so that when these new shows come out and we're peaking, you can see what we have going on. Obviously, if you subscribe, you'll know. But for new viewers, I see there are like a lot of new viewers that are coming in here. Hopefully you found us from just searching, and however you found us, welcome. Like the video, subscribe. There's a comment I want to highlight real quick. If I let our callers on from Retta, it could be Rita or Retta, 1 and 2. Let me know. I never agreed that you went too low. I always defended you, but you did not follow Garcelle when you stayed with the. Oh, I didn't see that part.
You stayed with the what?
I saw you go the lowest ever. My hands are what? I agree, Retta.
Because was Kyle unprofessional? Was Sutton unprofessional?
You said was Sutton? So yeah, who was really unprofessional?
Was Sutton unprofessional to read? That's why I called Bose Florence off the Jefferson, because the hired help who just made up out of nowhere that the girl called her an angry black woman didn't do anything to stop that narrative, but from being perpetrated by her friend.
Bose can go on somewhere, okay? That's all I got to say. She can just go on somewhere. I don't know if I'm not saying she can't do nothing to win me over, but I don't like the way she moves.
Hard.
I don't like the way she moves. I don't.
You know how she moved? She creates spaces for the black woman she wants in her space. So what that means is she's the type of person that come into a company and get rid of all the old staff and hire some new ones.
No, she created space for her big ass wigs, and then that's it. And she created space for Keely, and that's it.
The wigs like 1986.
No space for nothing black but them wigs and Keely. Okay, she didn't push the other black on out. Well, no, she didn't push her out, but
those wigs look like she danced like this.
Do you think that if Bose would have somehow, snapped out of what's that movie? That when they was hypnotized in the black movie, what was the movie called?
Bamboozle. Oh God.
No, you know what I'm talking about. If she had snapped out of whatever spell she was under by Dorit, do you think that Garcelle would have felt like she would have, had a little bit of not an ally, but someone on her side? Or
if she would have just called it right.
Get out. Thank you. Get out. If she would have been snapped out of that, you think Garcelle would have maybe been like, okay, you know what? They get on my nerves right now. I'm gonna leave the reunion, but I'm not gonna leave the show. If Bose had been a little bit more of a slight ally, to her, I don't know.
Hell, if anybody had, can you hear me?
I heard you said what?
Oh. If anybody had spoke up for her, she would have stayed. Nobody did it.
Yeah.
Anybody. She at this point, she's like, anybody, please, somebody, Nobody.
She only created space for another white woman to come in, and that's it. on a show that we were, we were getting somewhere. We had Garcelle, the first black woman, and we had Cherie.
Sheree.
We
Sheree.
Cherie. We did have 8.5,
Who is that?
but we ain't claiming her. You know 8.5.
Chill. It was chill.
Annabelle. You remember Annabelle? You
Sleep
used to like
study.
Annabelle. You used to like Annabelle, didn't
Ah. Hell no. I told y'all from day one she was gonna be ain't S. And that she went in there. I told
All
y'all from day
right, we
one
got
about Bold
callers,
too.
y'all. Who is this right here? All right, so first caller. Now, Lisa, you said something about giving you some time in regards to somebody watching. I don't know what that meant, but I'm gonna give you the same amount of time that I always give you. Okay, so no extra time. Okay, but I'm gonna let you on. All right.
Okay.
Hey.
The reason I said that is because my social media instructor from school is watching. You
Hey.
you came up.
Oh, okay.
You can listen to something. Come back this fast. You came up. They've been watching me on your show because I've been mentioning you,
Okay.
and they also watch you too, Chase. They watch me the social
Oh,
media.
okay.
So episode where you did with Salt Lake City,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
and you kept telling me not to say that about Mary.
Mm-hmm.
My social media coach said he was right, Lisa, because he can be sued by Mary, even though you said it's his show. And I want to say right here in front of everybody, I apologize.
Oh,
Apologize
Oh,
to you so much because I never want to put your show or anybody who I did with the show in legal jeopardy like that.
oh,
So I want to apologize to you faithfully because you know you is my brother. I love you so much,
oh,
uh, and I support you in every way possible.
oh.
So I
well, I
want to
appreciate the
apologize to
apology.
you. Yeah, like I said, we discussed it. Somebody else had found me and it came came up in class. So we were talking about the
Well,
liability of social
you was her acting crazy that day. I remember that
media.
day. Uh-huh.
No,
Yeah,
she wasn't. You
I'm
tell
gonna
the
say, but
story.
let's get to the show. Let's get to the
All
show.
right, let's get into it. Let's get
Baby,
into it.
I'm
Thank you for
say
the apology,
something.
though.
God
Go ahead.
said, God said, baby, honey, you know, I've been, sometimes you get on my goddamn nerves, okay? You sit right there, you sit right there, you knew she wasn't gonna have your back. She never have your back. And you thought all this season she was gonna have your back. Both ain't nobody gonna have your back. You like you gotta tell something. What else going on? I mean, like if cause you the first one time out, let's get a group photo. And then cause you got mad cause see somewhere somebody I heard on different broadcasts I heard come hearing that she had a problem with production, Bravo production earlier that day. And I think she thought, okay, let me go, time go past, let me go on. Suddenly didn't have her back. If Sudden had had her back, she would have stayed. Didn't nobody, ain't nobody, baby. Everybody is on every man for themselves up in there. Okay, you got to do what you got to do, and hey, you can't have this funky attitude like everybody gaining on me. Ain't nobody gaining on you. That's how the story wrote, baby. So get over yourself, baby doll. Cause now you used to have when you came on the show, you needed a check. But now you made it so big where you don't need to check no more. You can say, bad bitches, I'm out. Okay? Cause when she first came on, she needed a check. That's why she was there. But now she don't need to no check no more because she on Lifetime, she on Netflix, she on everywhere now. She don't need to show no more. And then she said, bitches, I'm out because witches, I'm out because suddenly didn't nobody have her back, even your best friend. I don't know why you ever had sudden back like that. All through the years you've been having sudden back, sudden never have your back. And so that's a lesson learned. When you find out a girl don't never have your back, you learn from that and you move on. I said, good riddance to you. May you prosper. May all your business prosper, your movies, whatever you going on prosper. May you and your family live a happy, healthy life, guy. Okay. But other words, I'm gonna say bad peace out. Don't let the those blocks split you, okay? Cause I'm tired of you and your mess right there too.
Uh-oh.
So you should have took your friend sitting on with you. Cause I'm tired of her too.
Mm.
But I love you, darling, and I will see you Monday, Chase.
Thank you so much, Lisa. You were so transparent and just so strong tonight. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Yeah, they been watching your show. They watch me on your show too.
All right, hey y'all.
Okay, well, thank you, Lisa.
I love you, darling. Bye bye.
Have a
Bye,
good night.
Lisa. Oh,
Listen, I like, Lisa, that was probably the most to the point Lisa's ever been. I love it.
yeah. That's what we wanted from this Beverly Hills reunion from a couple of the girls
I agree.
was
It
accountability.
wasn't much really to talk about in this. In this thing. I will say Lisa has, baby. If you know this show, Lisa has never liked Sutton. Okay, so I know she is. I'm just saying, she is loving the fact that I don't think she had an issue with Garcelle, but she did not. She was never in agreement with how we felt, especially when it came to Garcelle and Dorit.
Yeah, she was never a
She
fan of that.
always stuck her ground, child. So listen, kudos to Lisa for having the backbone that half the people on that cast don't have. Because it doesn't matter what we said, Lisa always came on here and said the opposite.
Let me tell you something here. Okay.
And that's okay because on this show we welcome all opinions. So listen, here's what it is. But we already know that she didn't like Sutton, and so hey, but definitely not a good riddance to Garcelle now. Lisa, please. And shout out to her social media instructor too. I'm glad you got her together because I had to that night too.
But I
All
had
right,
to get
my
them
next
together a
caller,
couple times.
huh?
I had to get it together a couple times myself. I'm just
But we
saying.
love Lisa though. It's okay. It's all love and family. All right. Speaking of love, hey Durga, how you doing?
Hey, hey, how are y'all?
Hey,
We doing
Durga.
good.
Good, good. So I want to start by saying that I think that one thing that we're forgetting is that NBC Universal put Garcelle into a position where she was the darling of the show since her first season. And I think that the contracts and the things that they basically were throwing at her first season and subsequently her other seasons not only bred resentment amongst the other ladies because they weren't getting those same opportunities, but it also put Garcelle in a position where she might have felt like she couldn't react in the way that she might have wanted to because we see what happened to Monique. You have to be careful when you're in that sphere with how people perceive you. So I think that's a lot of what we are seeing with Garcelle. Um, I have mixed feelings about her quitting now that I've seen the reunion, to be honest. A part of me is very happy that she chose her peace and she chose to leave and all of those things. But I don't know, as an Aries, nobody would have chased me away from my check, especially with it being, it wasn't what we thought it was. It wasn't. Um, I really wish she would have stayed and just, if she was going to quit, I wish she would have come back one more season and just let the chopper sing. That's to me the only way that this makes sense with her leaving because she should have been able to handle that reunion and she should have been able to realize that she needed to pivot away from Sutton. Bose, there's really nothing else to say about Bose. I don't like her. There's no There's no grace. There's nothing like that. She tried to gaslight not only the Housewives audience, but really the Black Housewives audience. That was a dog whistle. She thought that we were going to jump on it. And we didn't because we remember you saying you were pissed. And you could talk to me all day, but I know that pissed is synonymous with angry. So there's no way that you're going to make me feel like Sutton called you an angry Black woman when you called yourself an angry Black woman.
She did
If
not.
that's
She
didn't. But if Sutton did, you did. You called yourself that, and so you can't name an emotion and then get mad when someone else is able to read it, and now you don't want to stand in the emotion that you claimed for yourself. I'm not. I'm not here for. I'm not here for both. My last thought, I'll say it one more time. I really hope that Garcelle stays away for a season and then I hope she comes back with LVP. That's
Oh,
my
that'd be
that's
nasty.
my that's my dream.
I think she's been advocating for LVP for a while. And I think LVP is not coming back. That's the
I
point.
I think that I'm gonna be honest with you. If somebody did my friend the way that Garcelle was done, and I knew that my bank account was bigger than every hoe on there, and I knew that I had no problem coming for everyone, I would go back
But you
just
gotta
for a
you gotta
season.
realize that's the bank account is one thing, but the type of things that those women that ain't got nothing are gonna try to pull, it brings you down with them regardless of your bank account, in my opinion. The
That's
reading
true.
Erica, you see Erica clearly is not in agreement of LVP ever coming back. I don't know why she's so loud with being the brokest, but yeah, she clearly is very verbal and she does not want to see that back on the show.
I
But
really don't think Erica's coming back next season.
Oh God.
I would love that.
Erica is the only one who didn't get a package.
Oh God,
They
I
did
need
not
it.
show. They didn't show a moment
Could
of
she
her
take the
season.
read?
Well, she
Please
had nothing
take the
going
read.
on.
She didn't have anything going on, but that's a big.
They didn't even
That's
talk about her furniture.
you at the end of the couch and you didn't get a package.
They had to pull in Tom's situation at the very, mind you, usually the very last scene is something that people usually care about. It's usually like a good cliffhanger to bring in the next season. They basically told us what we already knew. He's old, he's dying, he's going to jail. Or
Yeah.
sorry,
Oh,
he ain't
dying
going
and
to jail, he's
guilty.
old and dying.
Good Lord.
I'm sorry,
Like
that's basically what it was. He's not going to jail because he's old and dying. That's what they told us.
she's gotta
We
go.
knew that.
She's gotta go because she has a very miserable spirit, and we already have three. There are three miserable women on this show. Two of them are like trying to give us something, like they're manufactured something, but trying. Erica's giving us absolutely nothing but miserable. It's time for her to go.
Yeah.
That was all. I don't really have much to say. This episode was boring. The season kind of sucked. And I think I'm done with it. The only way I'm coming back is if Sutton is fighting for her life, Sutton or Bose. I will watch your reviews though.
Well, that's if we come back. We have been on to drop shows. I'm just saying. So, but listen, Beverly Hills, and Atlanta was definitely was one of the first shows that we've done here, and two of the first shows we've done here, and two of the first shows we ever did live. So, our biggest success honestly came not from just all the shows, but Beverly Hills itself. So, if we feeling like it, and I can get the people together, we'll do it. If not, then we will definitely direct you to where it can be. I'm not going to say no, but as of right now, just tune in and we'll see. We'll see what they talk. What's the scandal for next season? Because we could be like, child, f that show, and then we come back and then we see, child, Mauricio is a lesbian. Who knows? We're gonna be like, oh my god,
Not
it's
Mauricio's
Not
husband.
Maurice.
juicy, so you just never know. So yeah, tune in. But thank you for calling in all season and being here.
Thank
What you
you.
call her?
Thank you, Durga.
Bundles? What you call
Bundle St. John.
Bundles St. John?
I knew what time Bose was on when I saw them wigs. I'm not gonna hold you. When I
We
saw them
appreciate
wigs, I
that.
knew.
Okay.
I should have known when I saw her hair, and then
Should
both
have known
walked
when I
in.
saw her hair. All right, have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good
Bye.
night. Thank you for
Bye.
calling in all season 2. All right. Our last caller for today and season is going to be Demisio. Hey, Demisio.
Hey y'all.
How are
Hey
you?
again.
Bye.
Hey Chase, boss,
Hey.
boss man.
Lord, come on now, get the seat, okay?
With this Taylor Swift photo up here, my Lord, today. The Swifty of it all.
And I'm gonna stand beside her.
We love it.
But
How you doing?
Oh,
What you got for us?
so as I think we've all said, we all wanted Garcelle. Well, I know I did, okay, because I know I would have did it. I would have burnt the house down on the way out. Okay, I would have cussed all of them out, especially Dorit. She would have been the main one that would have got it. It would have cussed, especially when she would have called me unprofessional. I would have turned around, girl, fuck you, girl. I'm professional. Girl, go gain some weight.
Uh-oh.
Honey,
hey, what?
just
What? What is that? What?
calling me unprofessional. I was like, and you go gain some weight. Now, good day
That's
to you.
so nasty.
That's just like, I mean, what?
And
That's so
and and
nasty.
Dorit is so nasty and she's so rude. So hey, call it even, okay, baby. But I don't blame Garcelle. Them ain't my friend. Sutton ain't my friend, and I'm so disappointed in Sutton. Even though if she come back, I'm still gonna have her back against Kyle and Dorit and Erica because I ain't gonna never go up for them. So I'm gonna still have Sutton back. But it's just disappointing seeing that Garcelle had her back all of these years. And even if she did know that Garcelle was gonna quit ahead of time, girl, still have her back. What did he say? I had your back like a sister. Okay.
Okay.
And Sutton didn't show that. So it just I'm just disappointed in Sutton. I really am. And also a part of me feels like something else happened that we did not see. It just felt weird. Something about this whole reunion just felt weird to me. Like, or maybe they just hyped it up too much and showed us some of those sneak peeks too much, and then when we actually saw it, it kind of was like underwhelming. But I don't know. Maybe that was just me. As far as Bose is concerned, again, like Garcelle said, all skin folk, ancient kin folk. Son did not call you an angry black woman. She pointed out a fact. You were angry. You said it yourself. I know if I'm pissed off at somebody, I think I'm pretty angry. If I say I'm pissed off, that's kind of what I mean. And she tried to make that a moment and call Garcelle out, which is just another example of all skin folk ain't just kin folk. Because why you ain't been said that to Garcelle? Like, you could have been brung this up to her. You could have had a private conversation with her. You could have texted her or anything. But no, you waited until you got on that reunion with all of those white women and piled up on her too. So Bose can kiss it. Kyle can kiss it too. No one's gonna give you grace on your lesbian journey because after the way that you did Queen Denise, girl, bye. Ain't nobody, girl, no, you a lesbian. If I was Garcelle and Sutton, I'd bring it up every time. Dyke,
Oh, now wait a
every
Get him
minute.
off.
time.
Get him off.
Now,
Every
Demetrio.
time. Every time. Because you got to go low with somebody like Kyle.
Hold
You
on, wait. That
do.
you can't be saying that on here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
that ain't no
Allegedly,
even
boy.
allegedly. That's just not something you say at
I
all.
said it on my channel,
Child. Okay, well, not over here.
I'm sorry.
but I don't know why he thought that he could say it.
Mm-mm.
I'm
Yeah, we got.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
That's not
sorry.
right. You got anything else for us to me? Said we gonna close you on out.
No, he don't.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. Okay, Demetrio.
Y'all is crazy.
Bye.
Have a good night. If you don't know why you can't say that, then listen,
I
I'm
know
not here
why I
to
said
educate
it. I
you, but
said it
Lord
anyway,
have
though,
mercy.
Tiffany. I know I shouldn't have said it, but I said it because I said, and I probably said it over here too. I will call him that every chance I got. I will
Yeah, I
call
mean,
Kyle every
that's
chance I
fine.
got because Kyle is on one, but I didn't know he was gonna come over here. I
Exactly,
said you
Durga.
can't say that around the
Not a
girl.
LGBTQI slur. Exactly. Exactly. Hello. Come on, Durga.
Who-
She got some
Durga,
sense.
look at me.
I know
Durga,
it.
look at me.
Anyway, listen, that concludes our season. It has been real, it has been fun. It's been fun here. I always have fun when I come on live, despite what's going on in my day. When we get together, myself, Chase, Danny, Love, to Jamie, like we have a good time. And so it's been a pleasure to be here. I'm glad you all have been able to watch us. We had a lot of people watching tonight. Hopefully you guys hit that like button. Hopefully you guys subscribe to all of our new viewers, so that if we come back next season, you'll be the first to know. We will be doing Salt Lake City. I know we'll be doing that. More than likely, we may and will be doing Potomac as well. I can assure you that. Just got to make sure that all of our schedules align. And who knows? Like we have traditional panels, but we'll just try to pull in people and see what we can get and go from there. Because I do want to still continue to do those shows at least. So with that being said, thank you to our callers tonight. Thank you to Demetrio, although a little rowdy, Lisa for calling in, and also Durga for calling in all season. All of our other callers all season, thank you. Thank you to Amanda and Art World always being in the chat, having you guys hit that like button. It's always appreciated to have someone to encourage to like because, like I said, you keep us in the algorithm. And thank you, Chase. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, Love, for those that they couldn't be here tonight. It's been fun. It's been real. Hit that like button one last time. If you want to keep in contact what's going on, like I said, subscribe and like. You can follow our social medias. I don't really post as much on those anymore, but since we don't have a show, I probably will advertise more things. And if anything, like I said, if you want to see some of us, a lot of us will appear on No Chaser TV for Atlanta, maybe other shows too. So you want to see us, check us out, follow our social medias. Until then, we will see you guys later, and you guys have a blessed and good night. Happy rest
Bye,
of the
y'all.
weekend. And on that note, let me put it up there, y'all. Y'all
I wish I had handled it better.
You know, I had to do it one last time because that's how I'm about to get out this chair. Good night.